Colonel, I'm behind enemy lines. Luckily, they still haven't seen me yet behind this conveniently placed flagpole. I've been observing the enemy for days now, and it seems they have a strange fascination with paper graphics just floating out in the sky. Maybe some kind of anti-gravity technology they're pioneering here. It's scary stuff. Can you get Mei Ling up? Shut up, Oleander! I'm trying to be stealthy over here. Seriously, have you never played a Metal Gear game? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Team Pizza Plays Psychonauts. I am Corson Whatthefnu. Little bit of a safety jump there because I thought I missed that figment. You're gonna have to get used to the fact that the hitbox on these things is kinda weird. Like, I probably don't have to jump to get most of those, but I'm doing it anyway just out of habit. Also, speaking of things that you don't do out of habit, or something that's become a bit of a habit this year, let's all put our hands together and celebrate the fact that another Dream sequel has been announced. Oh yes, it is happening, and just to prove how long this was recorded after the initial episode, Psychonauts 2 just got announced the other day! It's on Fig right now, you can go fund it. You can actually become an investor of it, which I think is actually really fascinating. Makes me kind of wish I had enough money to actually become a part of that, because I know that thing is going to sell. Like, enough mythos has been built up around the original Psychonauts at this point to where I know that thing is going to make bank. Like, it's going to. They're asking for that thing for you to get a return investment on that, for those of you who aren't aware of how this whole thing works. They have to sell at least close to 800,000 copies, I think it was, which, come on, Psychonauts 2 is gonna sell more than that. Like, even considering the fulfillment they have to do for backer copies and copies that they have to give people because they were giving money, it's still going to do it. You know it is. Like, people have been waiting for this how long now? Like, forever? At least I've been waiting for it forever. It's happy days. Happy times indeed. But, okay, so the concept they're explaining here are these mental cobwebs. If you could hear Oleander behind my flapping gob there, you need a special tool to get rid of those. A special tool you will not have until you're at least rank 15, by the way. Or, I think, no, one of the important tools is rank 15. The other is rank 30, and hopefully it's not 30, because some of those lead to some very interesting places later on in the game. It's interesting how they handle the whole upgrade system in this game, because it's all tied directly to your Psy Cadet rank, which upgrades you can buy and when, which I guess makes sense. That's a bit of a balancing thing. And there's only so many, even if you go for absolutely everything, there's only so much you can do. Like, there's a chance you are going to get a whole bunch of powers way before you actually need them. No, kids, you can do it. Just hold on a little further. Help is on the way. If it'll let me help you. Okay, bye. Participation ribbon my ass. Like, here's another thing. We just saw a mental cobweb, and there's one also right here with another safe. An unused part of his mind. Something that he wants to hide. Remember that for later, everybody. I hate to leave you on another cliffhanger there, but that is something really interesting. Like, that's a neat little bit of environmental foreshadowing. Like, knowing what you know now about the game, it makes you curious. It makes you wonder, what is that? Like, what's this little thing he's been hiding away over in this corner where the game is actively encouraging you not to look? Because the way this if I may geek out a little bit in terms of design here, like, even if you're going for the figments, if I may let go of this for a second, you might completely miss that. Like, you go here, here, and then turn around, and you might not catch this cobweb right here. Tricky. It might be something well, no, it's nice and bright. Purple colored, there's a chance you might see that. It's definitely worth analyzing whether or not you were supposed to see that, whether it's something you were supposed to come back to later, because, well, I'm not going to spoil anything about the plot, but yes, Oleander does in fact have a couple things he wants to keep to himself. Speaking of things he'd want to keep to himself, there are a couple secrets up here if I can be bothered to find them. All of these broken up planes. The worlds in this game are fantastic. Like, if I can talk about design for just a moment, Like, every single area is fantastically realized. Like, it takes a concept and just runs with it. I'm glad I'm talking about this while we have one of the bag animations completely blocking your view of the environment. Like, look at all the industrialized areas down there. Like, we're on top of all of these boats and these battleships and these planes that have been blown apart by artillery fire. It's a really cool look, and all of the worlds are like this. Now, I just wish some of the music was a little better. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't I'm not exactly humming any of these to myself later on, if you know what I mean. Let's see, did I get all the bags? Because I feel like that should have been the last one. That should have given me something, or maybe I'm mistaken, as usual. You come back here. I need you. You've been eluding me for quite some time now. Hold on, I know how to get this guy. Usual go-to spot is right over here. It will come back around eventually. Lost track of it. Oh no. Oh no, don't you do this to me. There it is. Okay, crisis averted, ladies and gentlemen. I'm paying attention now. And bam. Okay. Okay, everybody can breathe easy now. He got a figment. Everybody relax. He put on a hat. I'm loving Hatfall right now. Some of the best money I've spent this December. That and buying Xenoblade Chronicles X. Well, I say buying. It's more of a... I've wisened up to the fact that money is scarce. Like, if you can save a lot of it, it's probably going to benefit you in the long run. So, instead of buying games straight up, I've actually been using Gamefly lately, and I haven't regretted it. Like, I've played a lot more games because I don't have to wait for Amazon to pay me back for a lot of the... Because that's what I used to do. I used to use something like... I'd use Bing to get all of these rewards cards for GameStop. I'd buy the game I wanted to review, then I'd sell it back on Amazon. They'd give me a check for the payment about, something like 2 months later, and the cycle would repeat itself. Of course, I'd always lose money no matter what, because you're not going to get 100% return, even with the discounts you usually get off the coupons. Now, because of Gamefly, I can play all the games I want, as long as I don't worry about keeping them. Also, get ready for some payback.
You're like molasses going...
Told you that thing was gonna come back. If you see anybody quoting or mimicking or miming anything from this game, it's going to be that. Like that little dance Raz does, the he sort of makes that his own over the course of the game. He uses it in some great places. Also, here's a challenge for you.
The old rolling tunnel of crazy logs bit. An old one, but a hard one. What you gotta do is... who we kidding? You're never gonna make it through that.
I love Raz's expressions in this game, too. And just that little, oh yeah, I'll show you. Just that look in his eyes like, no, I'm not gonna take this lying down. I am more motivated than any student you've had before. I am going to prove you wrong on this. Which he is. This course fills you with determination. In fact, the whole way this game is animated is just brilliant. Like, all of the different character interactions, like, Raz himself in particular, I think is animated very, very well, at least in terms of his expressions. I mean, if you saw him earlier when he was, when the one kid said he was ready to chicken out, you saw Raz off to the side just looking at him like, really? Seriously, dude? Nice little touches like that. It's what makes a game, I'm telling you. Like, you can have a great thing, but when the developers actually have time to put together something that's just there because it makes things a little more fleshed out, you know you've got a quality product. Also, time for a cutscene.
Hold it right there, son! Now just what in the Sam Hill do you think you're doing in there?
I was just looking for a way out.
Oh, sorry about that. Didn't think you'd get to the end so fast. Dang, I didn't think you'd get to the end at all. You surprised me out there, kid. Here, you've earned this. Your first Psychonaut merit badge.
Oh yeah, baby. Look at this. Look at this pizzazz and this personality. How much how much grandeur, pomp, and circumstance they put behind getting just one ability in this game.
But I'm always glad to see a soldier come back from the field alive. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go back in. I left some good men back there.
Love how he walks away like, yeah, see you later, dude.
Way to make us look bad in there. You are in trouble now. Bobby Zilch ain't happy.
You better watch yourself, Gogglelicious.
What's that, hair boy? You want a piece of me?
Hey, Brainiacs, settle down.
Why? You worried I'm gonna hurt your boyfriend?
No, because Sasha 9 is standing right behind you.
Your performance, young cadet, was outstanding. I'd like you to report to my lab for some advanced training.
Ooh, Raz the Spaz is gonna be in a special class. Benny, remind me to give him a special beating later, okay?
These tests are unauthorized, though, so I can't actually ask you to come. But if you happen to drop in, well, what could I do? Let me just give you this. Remember, your talent will always set you apart, Rasputin. Sometimes isolation is a good thing. It can lead to important discoveries.
Wait! I don't even know what your lab is! Is this some kind of test?
Sometimes isolation is a good thing. It can lead to important discoveries.
And now I'm hearing things. Great.
Well, alright. We've got a button. Not much to go off of, but hey, it's something. We'll wander around the campground a bit, see what we can find. Also, we're gonna travel down this treehouse the only way anybody should. Like a boss! Yeah!
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes, right? And then I'm gonna start to count to 100, okay? And then you guys hide. Everybody got it?
It's hide and seek, Vernon, not hide and calculus. We've all got it.
I got it. You start counting, and then I go hide in that bush.
Great. 1.
Milka, you're a genius. Come on, Duggan.
Hold on. This reminds me of a story. It's about counting. Hello? Man, you guys are good.
Well, good luck with that, buddy. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. You'll find them eventually. Hey, also, before we move on, a little interesting note about that conversation that we just had with, Campground Bully. Forget his name off the top of my head. You'd think I wouldn't. That word, spaz, I'm surprised they actually got away with it. And if I have anybody who's played the PAL versions of this game, not the American ones, I'd like to know if they actually changed that in the European version of the game. For the simple fact that, as you might be aware, spaz is short for spastic, if you'll excuse the grossness in my throat right now, which has no negative connotations here in America. However, in Europe, spastic is often used as a slang term for people with cerebral palsy, and yeah, it's a very frowned upon term over in that region. So I'm surprised. Let me know if that's the kind of thing that got censored.
No passing.
But I need to get to Sasha 9's secret lab.
Maybe you should have thought of that before.
I did think of that before. That's why I'm here now.
Exactly. Now you gotta pay the toll.
1 arrowhead.
Pay up.
I found this thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's an arrowhead.
How'd they get here?
Frankie, the new kid can't be this dumb, right?
The camp's built on an Indian burial ground, and...
Oh my gosh! Indians buried their dead here?
Ew! I hope not. No, stupid. They buried their arrowheads here.
They're hidden underground, but they let out a little gas once in a while.
Just like Coach Oleander.
So if you see any of that stuff, just pull them right out.
Like truffles.
Anyway, let me have one of yours.
What was that at the end there? Like, was he supposed to have an extra animation or something? You wonder. You really do wonder about that kind of thing. Well, let's look at this so far. We got our basic braining badge, we've got a button, we paid an arrowhead to a bunch of bratty girls, we've got insulted by a guy with cotton candy for a brain. I think we've had a full day, so before we enter the main campgrounds and see what life has to offer us over there, I think I'm gonna call this an episode. So, next time on Let's Play Psychonauts, or Team Pizza Plays Psychonauts, so that I don't sound like every other person on the planet, even though this isn't any functionally different. We're going to continue with the story. Until then, I'm Whatthefnu. Later, everybody! I'm conflicted. I really am. Like, at first I was really excited about Psychonauts 2. Then I remember how this man has handled things like, oh, what was it? Double Fine Adventures back in the day, eventually became Broken Age. There was also the, well, found our first hide-and-go-seek item, or scavenger hunt, that's the name of it. I haven't been to camp in a while, I'm sorry.